watch us live. It's going to be awesome. And
Yeah.
also, you can go on Peacock if you have a Peacock membership. And you can scroll over to WWE right there. Just come on down. Put in WWF King of the Ring 1998. It's the co-main event of the night. It's actually a great pay-per-view, so feel free to watch it if you're an old wrestling nerd like myself. But yeah, get ready for some violence. If you're a child listening to this shit, I was a child when I watched that match, and I turned out great. So have fun. With that being said, I think we're ready to get rolling. Don't you think so, Mr.
I'm ready. So,
Alright.
do we push play on like 1, 2, 3, and then we push play on go, or do you push it on 3? 1, 2, and 3 you push play?
Ooh, I think you should be 1, 2, 3, go. Because if you just do 1, 2, 3, then you know you might just get lost at 3 because you are dyslexic. So I don't know, like
So we're gonna
1, 2,
push it
3.
on go.
Yeah. So when I
1,
say
2,
go,
3, go.
go.
And then
Yeah.
when
So
you say go, I'm pushing it on go.
I'm pushing a go. So by the time we say go, we should be pushing. We should be in the action of being pushed should be happening. It should be like a one motion, right?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna push that stool
So you
in.
ready?
Don't
You're gonna
mind
push that
me.
stool in. You're gonna push it. Let's call the callback, you guys. Read a comedy book. So with that being said, let's do this, Mr. Mo.
All
This
right.
is WWF King of the Ring 1998, The Undertaker versus Mankind, Hell in a Cell, brother. And we're going to hit play. We have this queued up right to when the entrances are going to start. So as soon as we hit play, Mankind's going to start walking out to the ring. So we're going to do that in 3, 2, 1, go. There you go.
We discussed 1, 2, 3 go, but you did 3, 2, 1 go, and so I just want you to know that I'm very adaptable.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I said go, so you think you're going to get it. It's the same count.
Well, this arena is packed.
Yeah, a lot of people love this shit. Still do, but this was the time where like it was huge, like ratings. WCW was a competing company. It was these guys were going on live every Monday night, and each show would have like a 6 or 7.0 rating, sometimes 8.0, which means like at one point or another, like 8 million people were watching wrestling on a Monday night,
He
and these
looks
audiences were much lower.
lost.
He is trying to figure that out. This is only the second Hell in a Cell match in history at the time. And the first one was between Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. Funny story is, Mick Foley is looking around the ring. He decided, how can I do this differently? So he decides, I'm not going to start the match in the ring, in the cell. Oh, no. I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to start on top of the cell. And this is like a 20-foot cell. So it's pretty high up.
I don't think
Look at
he can. Oh,
he's making it
I
up there. He's
didn't
pretty nimble.
expect him to be
He's
able
like
to
300
pull
pounds and
himself
kind of
up.
chubby. Yeah, pretty good for him. Especially there's like no help there for him to climb up. That's just like a straight up chain link fence. And so he decides he's going to start up there. And I mean, he thinks it's a good idea. I don't, ladies and gentlemen, because this cell is I don't think it's designed for a guy that big at the time.
So
No
he's
one
going to
had
start
done
the
this fucking
fight
match.
up top.
Up top is what he wants to do because he's crazy. And now the lights go dark because it means one thing only. It's the Undertaker,
Don't he looks
brother.
like to me? I just watched a new version, or the sequel to that. What's that movie with the chainsaw guy?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, he looks like the guy.
Yeah, like Leatherface. He's his mask is slightly based on that. I'm pretty sure. And he is but Mankind would talk, and he was like more of like he would like rock back and forth. He'd pull out his hair and stuff. He'd like squeal when people would hit him, and he like it.
So
he would, like
was the Undertaker special needs?
The Undertaker's badass, brother. And he actually, fun fact, it's quite relevant that we're watching this now because he was just announced to be inducted into WWE Hall of Fame for this year.
Well, that's
so
good.
that's happening in a couple of weeks during WrestleMania weekend. So make sure you check that out. The guy definitely deserves it. He is like 7 feet tall, 300 pounds of scary, badass, tattooed undead biker guy.
He just
He's supposed to be like a zombie type
he just
dude.
reminds me like a big version of like the Water Boy. Like
The
doesn't really
water
like doesn't really
boy.
know what he's supposed to be doing, but he's like, okay, I'll fight these people if you tell me to.
No,
He
what the
just
what?
seems
Like
kind of
Adam
dopey,
Sandler?
like a big version.
No, that what? If that man ever heard you say that, he would be
Mankind is
murdered.
dressed like Scorpion or Sub Zero in this getup. Wow,
Yeah, you'll
their
see. It's actually
their
funny.
costume designers are on it.
He's wearing at this point a button-up shirt and a tie actually over his tights. He started at this point. He starts going like a different kind of crazy, and he becomes quote unquote corporate. So he wears that. And so the Undertaker, who's a bad motherfucker, is like, "You gonna go up on top of the cage, boy? I'm going up there." So there he goes and climb up that bitch, which is very
Well, he
scary
hasn't even got
considering these
up
dudes
yet.
are huge.
I don't. You
I
know,
couldn't do that. I'm already terrified. I don't like heights. These dudes are both over 300 pounds. You're going to see that this is going to be something that doesn't go well. And
I
these
just
dudes are going
don't.
to go at it.
I just don't feel like this is according to OSHA
Oh.
labor laws.
Well, that's what these guys are, independent contractors. So, you know what I mean? It's okay. You don't have to take care of them that well. And now he's just beating the shit out of him with a steel chair, because if you're not using a steel chair in pro wrestling, brother, is it even pro wrestling?
Is that really a steel? Is that real steel?
Yeah, that's a real steel chair. Those guys, that shit hurts. They quote unquote learn how to take a hit. Uh, okay. So you see
Oh,
that the cage is starting to give. That's not planned. That is not planned. That's not supposed to happen. You see, like the things that hold up the cage are falling off. That's very dangerous. Like, is that's really not supposed to happen. They've never had these dudes wrestle on top of there. Like I said, it's the second fucking
yeah,
match.
and they together they weigh the same amount as like a small hippo.
Yeah, they're like 700 pounds. Okay, watch this. Here he goes. He just he just threw him off the top of
He
the
threw him
fucking
off the
cage.
thing.
He threw him off the cage, dude, all the way down,
What did
all the way
what did he
down.
land on?
The through the table, and like you'll see, they're gonna show the replay. This is brutal. This is
Oh my
brutal.
god.
He just went down, and he's out. This is not. He's not selling it. He is fucked up. This he barely hit that table.
Is
He
mankind like
is.
whoops? That's not what we rehearsed.
This is probably a bad idea. You can see his foot is under the railing through onto the other side of the crowd. So he's just completely prone there. And you're gonna see that you can hear the announcers are going fucking nuts. Okay, look at it from this angle. Boom, dude. How his head didn't hit that monitor, I will never know. Like, there's
Yeah, but I
nothing
mean, like,
on that.
what brain cells are at risk there? I mean, he
Look at
had to
that.
be some kind of stupid to even consider doing this match. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
this is crazy. And the thing is, ever since this match happened, they've tried to like replicate stunts like this. So they've put padding on tables and they've done things like this is the first time. So they had no idea any of this shit was gonna happen. So these are not like reinforced tables. Like the cage on top wasn't reinforced. Like none of that shit. So this is just like this dude legitimately got thrown off. That guy with the hat is a wrestler named Terry Funk, who was a legendary wrestler who had crazy matches with Mankind before he was Mankind in like Japan, where they would like hit each other with like barbed wire baseball bats, like bleed all over the place. So he's running out of there to make sure that his buddy's alive. And that's where they're taking off his mask. Like that's that guy with the long hair is their trainer. They're making sure this dude's not dead or paralyzed right now.
Oh my
Like
god.
his shoulders separated at this point. I'm pretty sure he has a concussion. You can see they're checking on that.
But you know
Undertaker's just
what?
standing there like, did I kill the guy?
Neither the Undertaker or Mankind looked like athletes to me. They just looked like big fucks that like might bowl occasionally.
Well, Mankind was not known for being the
The,
best athlete.
they're like an
Undertaker did play
alternate
basketball before,
bowler
and
on the
at this
bowling
time,
team.
yeah, Undertaker at this time wasn't like his fittest. I have to say, I didn't think that he was that jacked. He did get in much better shape later in his career and earlier in his career. He was pretty ripped up.
So
I have to give
is
it
the
to him.
fight over?
Well, it does seem that way at the moment, unless Mankind is crazy. But I don't know. I don't want to spoil
See,
anything for
I would
you
have cut the
if you keep
commercial.
watching.
And
This
now
is
a word
live on
from
pay
our
per view.
sponsors,
Yeah, this is live
Manscaped.
on pay per view right now, and so that the point they can't note that this is nothing like this has ever happened in pro wrestling. So people are shocked. They're gonna show the shit out of this replay for a little bit. This dude, they really think that he's dead. It's like what the fuck? They're trying to get what you call a stretch route for him, but he decides that no, he's going to try to walk out of there. They're raising the cage right now with Undertaker on top, just so they can move
They're
him around better and get the stretchers
raising
down
it.
there. Yeah, because they need to get the stretchers down there. So if you're afraid of heights, imagine what the fuck. I'd be terrified.
Yeah, you would. You would have pissed yourself.
Yeah, the piss, and since that's a graded cage, it would be coming down onto the ring, and
Yeah.
whoever's down there would be definitely getting a nice golden shower. And they're raising him up high too. Like fuck that. So they're bringing out the stretcher
Yeah,
right
and
now.
and we've just concluded that that cage isn't the most sturdy to stand on.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Like your foot
mankind's
just went
like,
through it,
ooh.
and now they're gonna raise you while you're on top of there. I'd be like, can I get down first, dude? Like, please. And by the way, funny thing you mentioned, cutting to your sponsors. There's a current company called AEW that recently had a match on TNT, and it was like a crazy hardcore match. And this guy grabbed a pizza cutter and started blading a guy's forehead. And as he was doing this, I shit you not, they cut to commercial, and there they have picture in pictures. So while they cut to commercial, you can still see what's going on in the wrestling match. So
Uh-huh.
as the guy's grinding the other guy, they cut to a Domino's pizza ad.
Oh
It's
my
like, do you
god.
want pizza? And it was like a guy and like a pizza getting cut
Oh
as the
my
dude's
god.
so the sponsor, of course, was so fucking mad. But everybody like put it on Twitter within seconds. Like, talk about the worst or best transition ever. So yeah, they're lowering the cage again. So maybe Undertaker can maybe get down and go home as you normally would expect would be the case after such a horrific and terrible throw. Again, I'm not
What was the
embellishing as
intention? Was he not trying to throw him off the things? It looked like he tried to throw him off the
oh no,
thing.
he threw him off all right. But here's the thing, Mankind, where I don't know if you're seeing this right now, there's a little commotion going on around the stretcher area. I don't think that he wants to go on a fucking stretcher. No, no, no. I don't think he wants to go. He's not like, no, I'm fucking Mankind. Do you know who I am? I'm a hardcore legend, you guys. You see Undertaker's getting down. He's actually gingerly getting down because he's actually wrestling this match. This is a true story with a broken ankle. And this is not something they told the fans at the time.
Mankind has a
Something came
broken
out.
ankle.
Undertaker does.
Undertaker has
So
a
that's
broken
why.
ankle.
Yeah, so he's climbed down the cage and like
Oh,
with
we
a
had them
broken
mixed up. So
ankle.
which one's which?
This is Mankind with the white shirt.
Oh, I thought that was
Who's
the Undertaker.
Undertaker's the dude with the black shirt.
Oh,
With
I
the
had them
all
all
black.
mixed up.
So you see, Mankind has a separated shoulder, and he's climbing back up the cage at this point after being thrown off. So they're going back up.
Oh, now I'm with it. See, I just assumed that. Yeah, I assumed that the bigger one was the Undertaker. Oh wait, no.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
they're
the
side
bigger
by
one.
side. Oh, I see. The Undertaker is quite large.
Yes. So now Undertaker, the one the black, he has a okay. Watch this. That's not supposed to happen. The cage was not supposed to break. That was a different side of the cage, and he just went straight through. And you'll see it again on the replay. On the way down, that steel
Oh
chair
my
hit him in the
god.
fucking face when he landed on the ground and knocked out one of his teeth. Undertaker right now is looking down like, holy fuck, like he's actually legitimately concerned. And they're really like the announcers, you can see, is like, stop the goddamn match. Now, like, all hell's breaking loose. They're so concerned. And yeah,
So
this is
mankind's approaching death, and the crowd goes
is going
wild.
nuts. So you see Undertaker limps right there. It's the one time that he sells the ankle when he jumps off that fucking thing. So that's how tough of a man he is.
Well, it's
Anyways,
a lot of weight on those little ankles.
yeah, that's
He
over 300
he needs
pounds.
to diet. Why is
So
he
Terry
hitting the?
Funk, he's like, hit me, and they start doing this so he can buy Mankind time because he's like legitimately fucking hurt. So he takes a choke slam. He's trying to buy time. He literally gets choke slammed right out of his goddamn shoes. You can see him there just left right in the ring. He's
Wow,
gonna
his
kick his
shoes
ass.
did come off.
and he's like, "Get the fuck out of here, old man." And Mankind is out cold. Like he's very okay. Look at this. He hits it, and you see how the chair hits.
Yeah.
The chair hits him in the fucking face on the way down.
And he broke a
So,
tooth.
yep. And you're gonna see that tooth come up and then smash. You just wait. So man, he gets up, and but like this fall down, like he can barely stand. He is completely concussed at this point. This is all true. He like very vaguely remembers this, but at the time the thing was keep going till the match is over, and these two dudes were those types of wrestlers, so they're just keeping going. He's on autopilot though, essentially. Like if you've ever been really blacked out, this is it. They're doing this. Look at he's got like a bloody lip. He is out. You can see in his eyes that he's just like out at this point and
And
just on his feet.
Undertaker's like, well, the
Let's do
show
something
must
cool.
go on.
Boom. This is the first offense that Mick Foley has gotten the whole match. And no, Mankind is Mick Foley. Yeah, they lock him in there in the match. You remember the tooth? Look in his nose. Look in his nose.
The tooth is in his nose.
That's the white thing. It went all the way up and landed there. He also lost another tooth where it like cut a hole in his lip right there. And yeah, this dude is very fucked up at the moment.
I have a lot of nightmares about losing my teeth, but none of them have been this graphic.
Yeah, no, not at all. And he's putting in offense now, which is like, how the fuck? This guy's just been thrown off at the top of the cage twice. He's severely concussed. His shoulder is separated. He's bleeding. He's missing teeth. It's the first like few minutes of the match, and he's still going. So this is good.
The Undertaker looks pretty beat up right now, and what a bitch considering his opponent just fell off of something.
Well, here's the thing, not for long.
Dude,
now
he's
picking
really
up those
snot
steps.
rocket that tooth out of his nostril.
He is so fucked that I don't even think he knows that it's in there. And he's gonna hit him with those steps on that shoulder that he just separated. Like this is just like he's got to be in pain.
Is it his left shoulder that he's grabbing?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is fucking crazy. Like this is just I don't know. And I don't know at this point when you're that concussed, like do you feel pain at all? Or is it
I was just gonna say, like, at this point, I don't feel bad for either of them because you should have just tapped out and be like, enough's enough.
Yeah. They're paid. He was paid pretty handsomely. I'm sure like he could have taken the night off. But no, he's a fucking and to be fair, if he stops the match, maybe it's just a memorable bump, but it doesn't become one of the most talked about wrestling matches of all time. Like this shit is something that every wrestling fan knows. Oh,
wait, why did he just fly into the?
He tried to hit Mankind, but Mankind ducked.
I didn't realize that he was down. I thought, okay, they both got brain damage. I mean, how can you not in this profession?
Dude, a lot of people have gotten really fucked up with wrestling, and Mick Foley is living in a lot of pain these days. But his style was also so brutal. But yeah, a lot of these dudes after the fact because you're also performing like 300 days a year doing these bumps.
Well, Mankind's shirt is all kinds of torn, but I can't give the Undertaker credit because Mankind was looking pretty disheveled when he started.
Yeah, that's true.
They couldn't give him a nice shirt. All the money he makes, they couldn't give him something that's fitted and pressed. And
that's the nicest shirt he owned at the time. He really embraced it.
I just feel like if I knew I was going to get my ass beat on top of a cage, I'd be wearing knee pads. I'd be wearing like...
That's another thing that people were always telling him to wear knee pads, and for some reason he didn't, and now his knees are really fucked up.
Knee pads, a cup mouth guard.
Okay, so this is a power driver. He's going to land straight on his head on this chair. Look at that. Boom!
Do you think that was that planned, or was Mankind like, you're going to eat some teeth too?
Well, I'm sure that it was part of the match, but I'm sure that shit hurt. So and Mankind had a cool ass way of doing the pile driver. And note to you perps listening on audio only on the internet, we're not talking about that kind of pile driving. That's the only time something gay has come up, though, which you have to admit this has been pretty badass so far.
This doesn't look good. Why is he?
Oh, right in the head.
Why did he sit on his face like that?
300 pounds, right on the head, with a steel chair on top. This is gonna be it. through.
Nope.
That was close. That was close. That was just a 2
They
count,
should
guys. It was
just
just
stay
a
down
2
and
count.
go home.
And now the
It's not worth it,
Undertaker.
guys. It's not worth it. Do they have families?
Oh yes, they do. Actually, Undertaker at the time didn't. Mankind had a wife and kids.
Kids,
When
say
both started
goodbye to
wrestling.
daddy. He's got
Yeah,
a
right.
tooth in his nose. It's not looking
And
so hot.
they're both bloodied up right now. Undertaker is also very busted, wide open. Mick Foley still
That's
has
how
a tooth
people
in his
get
nose, you
hepatitis. All
guys.
those open wounds are just like, you
Yeah,
know?
right. They actually nowadays when they bleed, I'm pretty sure they stop the match for a little bit and get them cleaned up and stuff to be a
Yeah.
little safer. Okay, so he's got a sack here. I know not
A
that kind of
sack of
sack.
what? What's in the sack?
Oh, you're gonna see. You're about to see. Remember the thumbtacks in the match?
Oh my gosh.
This is the first time the thumbtacks were brought to WWE ring, and it was the same guy. This is the guy that did it, Mick Foley.
Oh my god.
Those are thumbtacks. Those are real thumbtacks.
And why is he stepping on him like a dummy?
Yeah, well, he is very concussed, but he's trying to move him over.
What is a fascination with long hair and wrestling?
It was just cool, brother. It's very rock and
I
roll.
feel like it
Yeah.
gives your opponent something to hold on to.
You just look so cool, though.
I
You
would
can't
tie
tell
it
me
up in a
that.
bun.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Some butterfly clips.
Just a couple ponytails, maybe.
Yeah.
Pigtails.
Cornrows.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. He's got the mandible claw on him, so he's got 2 fingers in his throat right now, and this thumb is pushing up his gullet. So
Ugh.
it's like claw, claw, like choking him out. And Undertaker is going down. He is becoming unconscious, folks. Is this going to be the end of the match before the tacks come into play? Is this going to be
No,
it?
it's not the end. They're
Is
gonna use the
this
tax.
gonna be
Someone's gotta
it?
fall on the tax. Don't do that to
Oh
me.
my
I want to see someone
God.
roll around that shit.
Now he's gonna. The ref is gonna try to raise his arms 3 times. If he does it 3 times, the match is over. That's 1. He's gonna be 3 times. This is 2. If you 1 more time and the match is over, he's gonna be. He's gonna be. Oh no, it's not. No, it ain't over.
But
He's picking him up,
I feel
and
like
he's
they
heading
always
towards
wait
the
to 3.
tax.
They always do a fake out in the 3rd one. They should
Yeah, you
surprise
gotta.
us and do a fake out in the 2nd one.
Oh, now he's an idiot
why
and
did he
doesn't
roll
realize
around
they're
in
all
it?
there.
He rolled around and he rolled all over the tax.
Thumbtacks, and they're in his back. Look at his back.
Oh my
They're
god.
all over his back, dude. And wait, this isn't the thing. This isn't over. This next hit on the tax is gonna be even worse, in my opinion.
That's awful.
Ugh. And now, here comes a choke slam, brother. Here comes a choke slam right on the tax. Oh,
again. But
my
I don't feel bad
God.
for Mankind because he brought the
brought him in.
thumbtacks.
He brought him in. But man, he just got slammed 300 plus pounds on the thumbtacks. Now he's going to get tombstone pile driver, which is the Undertaker's pile driver move. Boom, right on the fucking ground. And that's got to do it. That's 1, 2, 3. And that's it.
Wow.
That was the match. Undertaker also has thumbtacks in his shit. You're going to see Mick Foley has a couple on his head as well. Even the referee got cut up with the thumbtacks. It's this is pretty brutal.
I would never want to do a job where I couldn't bring my children. Can you imagine being like a 4-year-old kid in the front row watching daddy work? Daddy, the
he
athlete.
brought his children. And actually, it's if you want to see what happened, check out, there's a documentary called Beyond the Mat that came out in like 99 and 2000 about pro wrestling. And this camera crew basically followed some wrestlers around, and he was one of them. And he had a match with The Rock a few months after this at the Royal Rumble event in 99, where it was an I Quit match. And at this point, Mick Foley gets handcuffed, so his hands are behind his back, and The Rock hit him with a steel chair straight on his head, unprotected, like something like 17 or 18 times in the match, to the point where, again, he's severely concussed. And this is before people knew about CTE. So this guy was getting concussions left and right.
What is CTE?
It's the brain damage from getting hit in the head. Like that's come out.
I mean, no one knew that happened. I mean, I could have told you that was a possibility.
Yeah, even in '98. But
You
yeah,
get hit in
a
the
lot
head
of
too many
data came out
times,
of that in the 2000s.
you're gonna leave a
So
mark.
yeah, so this dude, like, literally, he's getting crushed in the head with steel chairs, and his kids are in the front row, like, watching, like, ah, like the mom had to take like the little girl and the little boy
Oh
out
my
like midway through the
gosh.
match because it was
I
so
hope they have a
brutal.
good life insurance policy.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's very well
There
paid.
goes the
Well, he is
Undertaker
rich.
limping off.
Yeah, and that's the few times you can see that his ankle was broken. Like he did this whole thing with a broken ankle, you guys. Like I said, this was a heavy war period in wrestling between two thriving companies. So the thing was like, if an Undertaker pulls out of this pay per view, for example, the competing company wins that week, and they just
Yeah.
couldn't let that shit happen. So they went out there and rocked the house. And no, there was a match after this, but how do you follow this? You know what I mean? And so this was WWF King of the Ring 1998. You can see the replay right here of all the highlights. Mick Foley getting thrown off. That's how the match started, by the way. Like, what the fuck? Then this second one, which he says hurt way worse than the first one because the ring was hard and because the chair hit him in the face. And you got the thumbtack slam right there. Yeah,
I
this
must
was,
say that oof, this looks so painful.
yeah,
I
tombstone
must
right to the
say that
hell,
the
yeah.
Undertaker stands true to his name.
Pretty badass dude, right? Pretty
Hmm.
evil motherfucker. He looks exactly what you'd expect a dude called the Undertaker to look like. 7 feet tall, tattooed, rolls his eyes to the back of his head. And these dudes are legitimately very concerned from him. And you want to know something fucking absolutely wild? So rather than going to the hospital as any fucking normal person would do, Mick Foley, Mankind, whatever you want to call him, interfered in the next match as well.
He crawled
So
on
they're having,
stage and said,
it was, yeah, Stone
"No."
Cold Steve Austin and Kane were having a match, and Mick Foley came out and literally like did some more stuff, got hit a couple of more times, got a couple more steel chair shots. Undertaker came out and kicked his ass again, and literally like rather than going home, and like nowadays they're like he would have been after the first throne, he would have gone straight to the hospital. Like this would have never happened now. But it's crazy that this man was like, "Oh yeah, I'll stick around for the show. Like, I'll stick around for the main event." We're like, "Bitch, I'm out of here."
See,
Like,
I was
he's not
kind of
even the
hoping
fact that
that
he's walking out is wild.
I was kind of hoping with all these baggy clothes that maybe he was rocking some padding underneath that shirt, but I don't think there
Oh
is. I
no,
think he's just
no,
kind
he's
of
just chunky.
chubby.
He's just chunky but funky, brother. But he gave hope to chunky guys everywhere because he married a very hot wife. He became a millionaire, WWF champion. A lot of great memories with such superstars, just as Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. He's kind of living the dream. Now he's touring, being funny. And I have to say, sorry, Mick Foley, but he has a very hot daughter that Bleav, I don't know if she's single or not, but if she is, hit us up on the FratChat Podcast at FratChat Podcast and shoot us a DM. We'd love to.
I can't
We'd love to
imagine
know.
having a family member that does that for a living.
Ah, dude, it'd be kind of badass. My dream has always been to do it. I would love to fucking do it. I would kill to be in a WWE ring one day. I'm not gonna say never in life, but it doesn't look like it's in the cards that I'll be headlining WrestleMania this year. But maybe next year, you guys.
And then
Maybe next year.
maybe if you're headlining, maybe I can put on a bikini and say round one.
Yeah, you can be my manager. You'll come out and be my gay manager.
Hell yeah.
You'll call everyone the F word, but then they can't call you back. And be like, oh, yeah, I can say it. Then we'll be bad guys.
Well, I want to have full artistic what's the word I'm looking for? I want to have full control over what I wear.
Full autistic control because you're sure having it now.
Yeah. Sorry, I got hit in the head with a chair and I fell through some tables.
Well, so I gotta say, you gotta give me that one. This was pretty non-gay. Pretty non-gay.
This didn't seem too gay to me, but it did read as kind of dumb. I just feel like it was very unsafe.
I could see these if you're gonna bring this into the sexual spectrum as the BDSM of the sexual world, but BDSM doesn't mean just gay. So, and that's at least moving more towards the middle of the spectrum here. At least, towards this side, but closer towards the center. So,
Well,
it's less gay as of today.
I still maintain that the punches to me aren't the most um credible. That they don't seem the most sincere to me, like a lot. But even like if you are hitting someone with a chair, to me, I feel like it's somewhat staged. But power driving their head onto a steel chair, to me, is kind of hard to fake, and falling off of like 2 stories on a table is hard to fake. So
Yeah.
I gotta give it to you. That was pretty hardcore, and I don't condone that behavior, but
Yeah.
it was a very cutthroat match.
Yeah, brother. And I think I was like 11 when that match happened, maybe 12. And no, actually, it was since 98. So I was 10 years old when I watched that shit. And I would like change my life, bro. And I show that shit to people. Like everybody, oh, wrestling is fake. Oh, yeah, well, come over and I'm going to show you this match. So I've shown this match to so many people. And so it's become quite a bit of a rite of passage with my best friends. So I'm glad I got to share with you right here, live on the FratChat Podcast. Well, not really live for you guys listening because it was recorded, but it was live for us. Which is
While
all
you
that
were
matters.
watching wrestling, I was watching Real World and Road Rules and planning my future.
I had a Pornhub on the side too on my cell phone. That's
Of
why
course you did.
But you gotta multitask on these days. I learned that from Jeffrey Tubin. Just use a different screen. That's
Nice.
what you gotta learn. And on that note, if you like what you saw, or you're terrified of what you saw, or you're scared to face your children again after showing them this match, make sure you drop us a note and let us know at FratChat Podcast on all social channels. That's at Facebook, that's at Twitter, that's on Instagram. And also, make sure you watch this live with us. Make sure you sit around and enjoy our company in your living room, in your cell phone in the bathroom, wherever it is you watch these things. Check it out on YouTube at tiny.cc/Carlos Does the World. Check out our FratChat Podcast folder in there. There's going to be a lot of cool content coming in there in the next few days. So yeah, make sure you enjoy that. Make sure you give me a follow at Carlos Does the World on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, and make sure you give me a follow.
On Grindr, on
Shh, Julie's not supposed to know about those. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at Carlos Does World. Make sure you follow my good buddy Simo there at chris.moore.comedy on Instagram and at Seymour Comedy on the Twitter machine. So with that being said, Mr. Mo, get us out of here.
I'd like to motion to adjourn this bloodbath.
And I second, brother. Yeah. Yeah. We'll be back next week here.
All right, peace out, bitches.
See ya.
Ciao.